What up? This is Robert Horry.
Horry, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
It's Friday. That's what's up. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
And Robert Horry's about to get on a 27-and-a-half-hour plane flight to go live on the other side of the world for a week. You're going to China this week. What is going on in China?
You
going to broker some trade deals or anything while you're over there? Or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna take into these tariffs, man.
Knock this shit off. Good job. Yeah. I don't like them taxing my Temu stuff, man. I need my garbage off Temu. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm just going to do some Goodwill stuff for the NBA.
Good for you. That's awesome.
They send me over there because I'm considered a good luck charm, man. So I'm just going to go over there and have some fun.
Be a nice guy. Hang out with some kiddos. Mm-hmm. Do some basketball camps, probably like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. This is more sponsor stuff. Hang out with some sponsors.
Oh, okay.
Go to dinners.
That's cool.
Eat and drink and be merry.
Oh, dude, that might be the best gig ever. You're gonna pay to fly me overseas, just hang out with people and get drunk. That's fine. I'm down. Tag along.
Exactly.
Tag along. I got a question here from James to start the shoot around. And if you ever have a question you want to ask Rob or any of us on the show, we're at Big Shot Bob Pod. You can find us all over the place. The question from James is, Rob, did you ever play for a team that was dominant at home but struggled on the road? Yes, I'm looking at you, Golden State. For context, Golden State's 5-0 at home this season. They are 1-5 on the road. So they are unbeatable at the damn Chase Center. But the minute they get off on the road, man, they can't find a way to put it together. So did you ever have a team like that where, man, for some reason we're just real good at home, but we don't play great on the road? Or I'm going to take the question and reverse it. Did you ever team, man, we're great on the road. We can't find a win at home.
No, I was, only team was the Suns, and we just flat out sucked everywhere. But
okay, so there's that.
No, because I was very, very fortunate to play on some really, really good teams. You think about, I think 4 of those teams we ended up with the best record in basketball. So I was really lucky.
I can't believe you didn't have one team that just, man, I don't know, something about being on the road. We just can't get it together. So yeah, you were blessed.
Roll Warriors, boy.
I tell you what, you had a career. All right, this is my question to the two of you. Which NBA club floor is worse? The pink one in Denver, which, God, it hurts my eyes. The neon green one in Minnesota.
That one was crazy. It was reflecting and everything.
Dude, that one was, I'm not even lying, that was hard to watch.
Yeah.
The orange one in Phoenix is like neon. And the purple one in Utah, which I didn't hate as much as any of the other 3 of these. But
I'm trying to see a couple of those I haven't seen.
The neon green one in Minnesota for me is the runaway worst.
Yeah.
Because it's not even like subtle. It is obnoxiously neon green.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, I don't know what happened to the NBA Cup floors this year. It was just like, how obnoxious can we get and get away with it? I don't know why. This year it seems 10 times worse to me than previous years.
Yeah,
like in previous years, they've been kind of annoying. This year, it's like, oh, this is horrible.
I think that the green ones, I just, the neon green hurt me, and I love the color red, but I think is it the Toronto Raptors that has a really bad one?
Oh, it's like it's very like, I don't know, is it fire engine red? It's like really bright red.
And I love you Rockets, but yours is hurts me too. Yours that one hurts me.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, the purple one in Utah doesn't bother me that much. The pink one in Denver ain't great. But that's just more of a.
Color though has been the gray ones. I like the Spurs.
I don't dislike the gray ones. I think the gray ones are actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
because it reminds me of like when we would play outside, on like basketball courts outside that were the asphalt basketball courts. Yeah, that's what that reminded me of. But like the ones that are like the one in Minnesota, dude, is hard to watch. Yeah. It's just hard to watch. I can't imagine fans are like, love it. Like, no, stop it. Stop it.
How does it look? Let's say when the Lakers play in their gold uniforms and you at the top
on the
of
gold
Staples,
floor.
I mean, crypto, and you looking down. Do you just see heads moving?
Yes, it's like camouflage. Yeah, you just got to look for little heads moving around. Yeah. And if you're Austin Reaves, you can vanish completely. You just disappear entirely. All right, let me ask you this one. So this came up this week on Draymond's show, and I pulled it because I thought it was actually pretty smart. He was talking about the Pelicans, and obviously we've talked about the Pelicans struggling without DeJounte Murray in there and Zion being the guy that they're leaning on. And Draymond brought this up, and I thought this was a pretty good point.
DeJounte is the leader of that team. Make no mistake about it. Just like any other team he's ever been on, DeJounte Murray is the leader of that team. You go find me any team of the NBA that loses their leader. See, in this league, we always want to make the best player the leader. So everybody wants to make Zion the leader. But Zion isn't the leader. DeJounte Murray is the leader of that team. You go find me any team that lose their leader, I'll show you a team that's more than likely going to struggle.
I actually kind of think that's a pretty damn valid point. A lot of times
He is the vet.
Yeah, because a lot of times we go, you're right, he's the vet, but he's the star player of the team. He's the most, probably the biggest name on the roster, but not all the time are those guys the leaders of the team.
Yeah.
So the question is to you, Robert Horry, who were the leaders of the teams that you played on? Were they the big stars, or were they the guys maybe that didn't get that recognition?
You know, it's really, really weird. When you start in Houston, we really didn't have a leader. You know, we were all like collectively, like, you know, it was no, like the one person, like I always laugh at people on the outside looking in and says, well, this guy's the vocal one. The vocal ones are usually the ones we be sitting around saying, man, shut the fuck up and sit down.
For real.
We're saying that in our head because a lot of times you're saying stuff that doesn't need to be said. And for me, when I was with the, you know, Houston, we just kind of led by, you know, we just watched Dream. Dream worked hard. We worked hard. You know, you have guys who lead by example, and you forget that type of leadership.
Okay,
and then,
that's fair.
And then
though.
when we got to the Lakers, when I first got there, I'm walking in this locker room like, you got players cussing out coaches. I'm like, this is the most dysfunctional family ever. And then
That's when Dell was there, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, Phil came in. He brought in, you know, Ron Harper, who was a leader. B. Shaw was a leader. You know, you had all these guys that were leaders, and we were kind of a team. Like, let's say if Shaq was, you know, fucking up, people wouldn't say it publicly. Use it, yo, man, let's talk in the locker room. And we would you had B. Shaw that would talk to Shaq, and you had like, you know, Harp that would talk to Kobe. We had those leaders. We had, and it's so overstated when people say, oh, he's in the locker room, he's rah. And I guarantee if you had a camera and look at the facial expressions of every person looking at him like this. You know, so, and then when I got with the Spurs, they were just a machine.
Yeah. Hold on, guys, real quick. Y'all keep going. I'll be right back.
Yeah, they were just a machine. They really didn't need someone to lead them too. So, and it's like, and then when I look at this New Orleans team, you talking about, it goes so often when people say, who's the leader of this team? Sometimes a team leads itself because you coach very well, and you have a bunch of players that are very disciplined. And that's the biggest key. You got to have players who are disciplined enough to come out and work. I guarantee you, if it was it TJ who was there last year? Is it TJ, right? McConnell?
In Indiana?
Yeah, it's McConnell.
Yeah.
Not TJ McConnell. What's the guy that used to be with that went from Portland to New Orleans? CJ.
Oh, CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum. Oh, yeah.
McCollum. I'm sorry, CJ. I bet you he was the leader of that team. Now, if you look at that team, even though, you know, Draymond may say he's a leader, but dude, you ain't been on the damn floor to be a leader.
Yeah.
You
well,
know?
I mean, I think that was his point. That's why they're struggling.
Yeah,
because he hasn't been out there leaving.
They don't have a leader, and you know, you should look at that roster and you think, who on this team can be a leader? For me, I say, okay, you have to look at someone like that's been there for a minute. You know, DeAndre Jordan. Everybody saw what he did to Derek Queen, made him stand up while he did the interview. You know, is that leadership? Then you know you have a guy like Herb Jones who's been there forever. Is he the type of guy that's a leader? And so, it's just those guys who play hard each and every night. We know that Zion we don't know. He might be the leader of that team, but we don't know.
And so I think to Draymond's
speak by being inside the organization.
I think to Draymond's point before you go, Harp, was that I think teams that are playing well, to your point, Rob, don't necessarily have to have the leader. You know what I mean? Like, because the team's just figuring it out. But teams that are struggling and cannot get it together, do those teams need leadership from a player like that, whether it's DeJounte or Zion or somebody in the locker room to go, guys, come on, we got to start doing this, because clearly they're not getting it from their coach.
Yeah, a lot of this is about respect. And from when you look at, you talk to a lot of fans, they tend to think, oh, the best player, like we talked about, the best player on the team being the leader. And when you are somebody that might be in locker rooms, or you've been around some of these teams, or you've been around some of these players, your perception of that starts to change. Like Draymond was kind of talking about. When you look at a guy like, what's my guy's name who you said he told him to stand up after he had a nice night?
Oh, DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
DeAndre
Jordan is a leader because he is a veteran. Everywhere DeAndre Jordan has been, he's pretty much been respected. You look at a guy like Udonis Haslem down in Miami. He hadn't played there. He hadn't played in a minute. But guys respect him. When he speaks, they listen. You know why? Because he's respected. He's done a lot for that organization. And when you've earned your stripes in this league and guys understand who you are and your voice resonates, that's how you become a leader. Guys tend to gravitate towards certain dudes, whether or not you play or not. You got to be the best player, because some of the best players on the team gravitate to those veterans and say, oh, we respect that guy. We respect what he says because he's been around. He's been around the block. He's seen things. Yeah. He knows things. And so I think it's a little bit of respect. And it's the thing that men kind of do. Sometimes the man ain't got to be the tallest and the strongest, but sometimes, hey, it's a respect thing that I have for this guy over here. It's not a fear, but it is a respect.
Like me on this show. And I think
that's what it is in NBA locker room.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Like me on this show. You don't have to be the tallest or the strongest, but,
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what it is, though. Like, that, it's just about the respect in the locker room, who has control of the locker room. Because sometimes when certain players speak, the coaches even shut up.
True.
It's just what it is. Rob, tell me I'm lying.
No, you're not lying. That just reminded me. I told y'all a story about when all of a sudden the hand goes up and everybody Dennis about to say some profound shit, and then he goes to tell Kurt, this is the worst fucking coaching job I ever seen in my life. Has Shaq ever told y'all that story?
No.
Oh my goodness, man. We had just got Dennis Rodman on the Lakers, right? Kurt Rambis had took over as coach, and we're in the locker room. And usually you make halftime adjustments. Rodman ain't said shit to nobody. He been in like a month. All of a sudden he just does this, little hand goes up, and everybody's like, okay, Rodman, say something. We all look like, oh, Rodman about to say something.
Here we go. Yeah. This
is the worst fucking coaching job I ever seen in my life. Ain't no fucking adjustments on the board. And he just goes off. And we all like, damn, well, tell us.
That's amazing.
And then the next day, Kurt threw him off the team.
Eye for an eye. That's just beautiful. A question from Jason. College basketball's back. Every year I try to pay attention to games before Christmas, but I fall off. Is that an indictment of the game, or just the fact that the sport is so largely overshadowed by March Madness, which is the biggest event of the year, it seems like?
Both.
Both, yeah, I agree.
I think it's 100% probably March Madness, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not an indictment of college basketball. College basketball is a great game, but it doesn't matter because so many teams get into the playoff bracket. Mm-hmm. That there's no, I think that there's this allure to the Major League Baseball playoffs and even the college football playoff, because 12 teams are getting in, and that's it. Yeah. Now they're trying to do that same shit to college football, where it's, we're doing like an 18-team playoff. Or the minute you do that, you're going to murder what is great about the regular season. And people complain now that the 12-team playoff's already done that, which I don't think it's quite done yet. But college basketball's regular season largely doesn't matter because 68 teams get to play at the end of the year. Yeah. To half the damn universities out there, it seems like.
And last season, the number one team, the number one seed, well, not number one seed, but the number one team in the nation got thrown around so much. One week is this team, the next week is another team. No one wanted to seem to hold on to to the number one.
Every year, though. Yeah.
The number one seed throughout the regular season. So,
I look at this as like also nobody has a love for a team anymore because the players jump so fucking much. You think about, I just went to the UCLA team last night. They got three guys that's starting for UCLA that wasn't there last year, was on different teams. And that's just how it is in every team. So, I think that's hurting the fan base. Some people love the school, but they love players too. And now these players are jumping. And now you like fucking like in the whirlwind of where they're going. So I think that has a lot to do with it too, because you think about, Fab Five, they didn't Fab Four, they didn't win it last year, they coming back the next year. Oh, they're gonna win it this year. Now they're going to the NBA. It's like you think about, Duke, what they had. Oh shit, all of them gone. Now it's a whole new fucking team. And don't get me wrong, that Duke got a bunch of freshmen there that are pretty good, but it's like there's no following anymore when it comes to college. Yeah. College football is a whole different monster. They because they only got what 15 games or whatever it is. So in like college basketball, you got 30 games,
14 on the season. But it's, you're right.
So it's a different monster, and it's hard to follow college basketball because the players jump so much. It's just
but college football is starting to fall into that same trap now, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the way the portal is, and thankfully the NCAA looks like they're going to be fixing this portal going forward. I hope it's just one portal a year, because then I can at least understand. But I mean, there's so much. Like, this guy plays for this team, then he's over here, and now he's going over this way, and it's like I think there's like built-in lifelong alliances to college football teams that you ride with it a little bit more, maybe so than college basketball, but it's only a matter of time before it falls into the same trap.
If I had one thing, is extreme circumstances, if you can get into the portal, if the coach leaves, someone in your family passes away, you want to be closer to home, something like that.
Right.
And then you got to have these guys sign contracts now, where you just can't say, I'm going to sign one over here for $1 million because I'm giving you this money and think I'm going to have you for 2 to 3 years, and all of a sudden you jump. Yeah. I make them sign contracts. And if you jump in, and you can't be a graduate. Once you play 4 years in college, you're fucking done. You just can't jump over here and say, I'm going to play a graduate year over here. That's some bullshit man.
I'm a fifth-year senior, a sixth-year senior. Yeah. Who was it, Pavia or something, and Vanderbilt, who's playing his
sixth. That played 12 years.
I mean, a lot of people go to school for 12 years. They're called doctors. Like, what are you doing? Yeah.
What's my guy named last year? I think it was Roach. He played 4 years at Duke.
I can't think of his name.
And then he transferred to Baylor.
Then played again, then transferred somewhere else. His seventh year in the league.
NCAA tournament, they're like, I'm going to kick my former team's ass, and got mollywopped. I'm like,
Chris Winkie playing college football at 29. You know what I mean? Like,
I think he went to the service, though, right?
He did. Yeah. But I always think of Chris Winkie because I was always like, how old is this guy? He's almost 30.
I was like, what's the Georgia quarterback a couple years ago? He was older than like half
Stetson
the
Bennett.
NFL.
Stetson Bennett was like 26, 27 years old when he graduated. I was like, damn.
The same way with Louisville's quarterback, who's now the Saints quarterback, Tyler Shaw. He was 26 when he was drafted he's a rookie this year, 26-year-old rookie.
It's just I think they have to do something about that, man. It's just the flip-flop and the jumping from school to school. They got to put some regulations on it, man.
And it is hard when you have the crown jewel of sports playoffs in March Madness to put shine and allure on the regular season when you have all this shit going on.
Yeah. Wasn't last year the first time ever like all the number one seeds made it to the Final Four?
First time in a long time. I think it's the first time ever. But it was like a long time it had happened, yeah.
And plus with the NIL, I hate you don't have Cinderella teams anymore.
You've had a few. I mean, my boys FAU made a run a couple years ago.
Yeah, but that was before NIL really took over.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, it was like the last year before NIL. But I was proud. Like, dude, FAU. I'm an FAU graduate. I've never had anything to root for. And all of a sudden, they're in the Final Four. Like, what are you talking about? I was thrilled. I was watching that game in downtown Chattanooga, screaming my head off.
And I think like 6 of those players left for NIL deals.
I think they probably did. Yeah, they probably did. Yeah. That is what it is. All right, let's wrap it up with this question from David, who I think it's a great question. I don't know why we didn't talk about it last week. David wants to know, how come you guys didn't talk about the Tom Brady story? Tom Brady cloned his dog.
Oh, I saw that.
This is the weirdest story of the last couple of weeks, and we did not talk about it. Tom Brady came out and said his dog Junie is a clone of his late dog Lua. The company is named Colossal Biosciences, that took a sample of his dog's DNA before she passed and managed to clone her into a new dog. This is the same company, by the way, that you may have heard in 2024 cloned a pack of 3 direwolf pups, which had previously been extinct. So that story directly ties into this because it's the same company. He wants to know, would you ever do this to any of your pets?
No. No and no and no. See, that's wealthy people problems right there. You know, sometimes it says poor folk problem, rich folks problem. That's
this
wealthy.
is
We're gonna clone that dog, man. Just go get another dog to look just like him. Hell, we just did that. You know, Max passed away. We got 7. 7 look damn near like Max. So shit.
well, and my argument is, and will always be, there are so many dogs that need homes.
True.
I mean, shelters, especially like in Metro Atlanta, and I don't know how it is out in LA, but these shelters, man, they need help, dude. They are like, I constantly hear them on the news talking about how we got to adopt out 14 dogs by this Friday, and we got to find, like, these dogs need homes, man. And I know you loved your dog. I'm never going to knock that, Tom. Like, I was the same way. Like, I was connected to my dog before he passed. And I get it, but that ain't the same dog. You know what I mean? Like, it might be the same DNA, but it ain't the same dog.
It ain't the same dog.
It ain't. Like, it's going to grow up different. It's going to have, it's like, you just can't go. It's, everything about it's going to be different. It's not going to have the same mannerisms that the dog you loved had. And it's like you're trying to hang on to something that's gone. And I don't know, man. I think it's a slippery slope. People are doing
just like we do with Max. Max is in the office right here. You look at Max every day.
There you go. I got same thing. I got a picture of Brock in my office too. I see my buddy Brock every day. Brock has been gone for 8 years now, and I look at his ass every day and I see him. But I can't. No, I'm not gonna bring him. I'm not gonna clone him and bring back another dog that looks like him but doesn't act like him. That sucks.
Yeah. Well, that's money.
Yeah, it is a money problem. And you know what this is, by the way. This is Tom lining himself to come back and play when he's 55. He can clone some genes, get his arm back, you know what I mean? Run it back, try and win a couple more titles.
All I think about is wealthy people problems. What's Walt Disney? I freeze my head.
Oh, yeah, get his head frozen somewhere? Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
No, my goodness.
Yeah, the Super Bowl 75, Walt Disney's frozen head versus Tom Brady. Yeah.
Think about this. Now you got AI that everybody's worried about. Now you got cloning.
Yeah, we got clones and we got AI at the same time. Did none of us see Terminator? Did none of us pay attention to that documentary film?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, but then you think about it. I'm gonna clone my dog, but I'm gonna try to make it bigger. I'm gonna add something to this. And didn't nobody ever see Jurassic Park, the last one, where cloning goes wrong?
Yeah, all the genetic modifications go sideways. Yeah,
exactly.
And I got news for you: Scarlett Johansson ain't showing up to save your ass. So it's not. Maybe Tom, not us. Maybe Tom, not the rest of us.